Welcome back to the show, guys. I'm Marcus, and today, man, we are going back to the very beginning. Literally, we're looking at Genesis 1. Now, before you think this is just a dry history lesson, stay with me because the logic in this text is actually wild. Joining me today to help unpack the how and the why is my good friend David. David, thanks for jumping in, man.
Oh, I wouldn't miss this one, Marcus. You know me, I'm a systems guy. And when you look at Genesis 1, you aren't just looking at a story, you're looking at a masterclass in how to move from total chaos to absolute order.
Right. I mean, look at verse 2. The earth was formless and empty, darkness everywhere. It's the ultimate day one of a project where you have no idea where to start. But then, look at how it shifts. It doesn't start with a big bang of stuff appearing. It starts with a voice.
Exactly. And God said, I love that. The first lesson is so simple but so deep. Order starts with intent. You can't fix a mess until you name what you're trying to build. You speak the light into the room before you start moving the furniture.
True, but then comes the part that really caught my eye this week, the separating. It feels like the first 3 days are just God drawing lines in the sand. Light from dark, water from sky, land from sea.
That's the secret sauce, Marcus. Clarity requires boundaries. Think about it. If you're overwhelmed right now, it's probably because your waters and your land are all mixed together. You haven't separated your work from your rest, or your priorities from your distractions. Genesis shows us that the very first act of creation is actually organization.
I need to apply that to my office desk, honestly. But okay, so we have these boundaries, and then the pattern gets even cooler. You pointed this out to me earlier, the forming and filling.
Yes, this is my favorite part. Look at the symmetry. Days 1, 2, and 3, he forms the containers. Light, sky, sea. Days 4, 5, and 6, he fills them with content. Sun, moon, birds, fish, animals, humans. The lesson? We usually try to fill our lives before we form them. We want the fish, the results, the money, the success, but we haven't built the ocean to hold them yet. You've got to build the environment first.
That is such a good perspective. And then there's that recurring line, and God saw that it was good. He says it over and over. It's like he's stopping to enjoy the view at every milestone.
It's a quality audit, man. In our world, we're so obsessed with the next thing that we never stop to appreciate the current thing. The text is telling us, stop, look, acknowledge that this step was a win. If the creator of the universe takes a second to say, hey, that land looks pretty good, we can probably afford to celebrate a small win at work on a Tuesday.
That land looks pretty good. I love that. But then we get to us, day 6, mankind. And the text says we are made in his image. That's a massive promotion from the livestock, isn't it?
It's huge. But Marcus, look at the fine print. It says we're here to rule and subdue. In the context of a perfect creation, that doesn't mean exploit. It means stewardship. It means we're the managers. We're given the keys to a very good system and told, keep it very good. It's a lesson in high-level responsibility.
So we go from chaos to order, from order to life, and then we hit day 7. And this is where it gets really interesting for our high-performance culture today. He rests.
Man, if there's one thing people take away from this episode, let it be day 7. The work was finished. God didn't rest because he was wiped out. He rested to sanctify the work. Rest is the crown of the week. It's the moment where you step back and say, my work doesn't define me. I define the work.
That's a word for somebody right there. Pause. So to recap our Genesis workflow, speak your intent, set your boundaries, build the environment before the results, audit for goodness, take ownership, and for crying out loud, take a Sabbath. Precisely. It's a 7-day blueprint for a life that actually works. David, man, thanks for breaking this down. I'll never look at Genesis 1 the same way again. To our listeners, how's your forming and filling going this week? Feel free to drop us a message.